Hi all, it's Kia of Kia Comments, and I'm back with another Short Story Sunday. Today's short story is titled The Point, written by fiction and nonfiction writer Charles D'Ambrosio, and it's from his first collection of short stories of the same name. Before we get into discussing the short story, I just want to apologize for the quality of this video. I'm currently on vacation and filming from my hotel room, so I hope you'll forgive me. The Point is narrated by 13 or 14-year-old Kurt. The story opens a few years after Kurt's father's death. Kurt's father committed suicide, and the suicide really traumatized and affected Kurt's mother, and she has found escapism in the form of alcoholism. Fueling Kurt's mother's alcoholic addiction is the parties that she throws for members of the community. She throws these late night parties that get pretty out of control, and on this night, Kurt is charged with taking a middle-aged woman, Mrs. Gurney, home from his mother's party because she is too drunk to walk herself. As Kurt and Mrs. Gurney walk along the moonlit beach, her drunken behavior impedes their progress. Her drunken behavior also causes Miss Gurney to reveal more and more aspects of her personal life, which shows Kurt glimpses of the existential crisis that she is currently having. As Miss Gurney reveals more and more about herself, Kurt really makes an effort to listen to what it is that she has to say. Not necessarily because he cares about Mrs. Gurney, but because he takes his job at being charged as an escort for these inebriated individuals very seriously. He takes it seriously because his father was the first person to put him in charge of taking drunken people home from parties that his mother didn't just throw alone, but that his parents threw together. As the reader watches Kurt attempt to pull Miss Gurney back from the edge of depression, we also see that she's not the only person who has revealed their inner thoughts and their inner secrets to Kurt. And at this point, we get a rumination of all of the individuals within the community, The Point, that Kurt has escorted home, and we understand that this young boy has really been privy to a lot of information that's quite dark and quite adult. The thing that is most striking for me about this story is the matter-of-fact way that Kurt approaches what is happening to these individuals. He does not shy away from the harsh truths that they confess to him. An example of the matter-of-fact way that Kurt views the pain of the adults that surround him is his thoughts on Mrs. Gurney. Kurt tells the reader the problem with Mrs. Gurney isn't the fact that someone has left her. It isn't the fact that she's divorced. The problem with Mrs. Gurney is that her husband doesn't love her, and she knows it. Another interesting thing that this story does is it forces readers to ask themselves, what do we see when we look at Kurt? Are we looking at Kurt with a naked eye? We are watching this boy as he basically documents the toll that all of the harsh truths in life are taking on the adults that surround him. But the story then pushes readers to say, well, how is Kurt dealing with, or what toll has life taken on Kurt in relation to his father's suicide? One of the main reasons I love this story is because readers witness this young boy shouldering the pain and secrets of those so much older than him while not addressing the main trauma of his life, and that is his father's suicide. Other reasons I love this story have to be craft reasons. This story commits two very big craft no-nos. It opens with a dream, and one of the first things you learn in a short story workshop is don't open with a dream, don't open with a phone call, etc., etc. and the story closes with backstory or exposition, which is another thing that you are taught not to do in short stories. You're supposed to end in scene and in the correct chronological place. Charles D'Ambrosio does not do this, and the story is better for it. Another reason I like this story is because it is a story that is filled with honesty and empathy. Kurt really tries hard to take care of these adults who are metaphorically bleeding. The story also is a big story. It encompasses a lot of themes and it does so well. It packs in a lot of issues. We deal with divorce, we deal with suicide, we deal with mental illness, we deal with PTSD. There's so much in this story, and Charles D'Ambrosio gives all of the issues their due. The other thing this short story does well is that it remains pretty lighthearted. For all the dark themes and issues that are investigated in this story, Charles D'Ambrosio manages to keep things funny. You know, at the end of the day, there's a young boy walking a middle-aged drunk woman who's being difficult along a beach. Some parts are really hilarious. So if for only that reason, this story is worth the read. That's it. That's all. If you like coming of age stories with kind of a dark underbelly, like The End of Firpo in the World by George Saunders or Child's Play by Alice Munro, then you should definitely check out this story. I am open to suggestions of short stories that you think I should be reading or short stories that you think I should review. Please leave those in the comments below. That's it. Keep reading, keep writing, keep reviewing, rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.